Hey friends and family, it's Diana Garcia here from Memphis. While it's fresh on my mind, I wanted to take a few moments to share what it is that I learned and feel that I've accomplished by attending tonight's town hall meeting in the city of Memphis when the doors of the Mississippi Boulevard Christian Church was opened up for our community to gather. Who attended for our community's questions in regards to the climate of this regime we're all under was and is the Congressman Steve Cohen. What I learned is anyone can be a congressman. You really have to have a penchant for the love of people, and also how important it is for us to come out of our silos, even more so in today's world where we can get into our phones and get into our own flavor of news, our own flavor of information. So to sit in the church pews and to smile and say hello and practice your manners and greet people who are our neighbors. So many different walks of life in that room with so many concerns. Some of them I didn't have for myself, but listening to their stories, there's a couple of them really got me to the edge of tears. Some of them did share my same concerns, and listening to the lawmaker visiting us from the chambers of where he help creates law because he is in Congress. Some of it was an education and opened my mind to, okay, so this is the process. And what has made America great is the due process that we are supposed to be under law. Law is supposed to be blind. So my concern in being there and listening to the people and the lawmakers, my concern, let me say that again, is the racial profiling, the backwardness of our country. And the backwardness is from the disrespect of law, the dismantling of our due process of things, the gerrymandering that is currently happening in Texas, and those Democrats have fled their state, are now in New York, and that governor is protecting those Democrats, also to prevent the gerrymandering in Texas of redistricting. And it isn't about the lines being drawn to prevent the people from picking who they want. It is gerrymandering in the sense of picking the people for who they want. It should be the other way around. Like, we should definitely pick our representatives, not the other way around. And that's the point of redistricting by the other party. And then on my drive home, and came up was the governor of California, and he was talking about redrawing his lines to combat what is going on from this regime that has no respect of rule of law, who's actively dismantling it. It was a heated room. There were moments so quickly in an hour to go from curiosity to delightful surprise. One of my friends and colleagues was running the table for people to sign in, and I got there early so my intention was to get a seat to get in and to get out, but I ended up ended up all the way in the front, and I have photos that I will post of protesters and their signs. And I wanted to hear what they had to say. I wanted to know who they were and who they were with. They were with each other and what they were for. And so I was up at the front, and that was interesting. And her name, my colleague's name, is Katie. And Katie said, "Hey, Diana." So I was delighted that somebody knew me, and she, "Come on over here," and had me sign in, and I got right to the front. So there's that emotion. And then being curious and listening to the ladies who were protesting the ex-AI, Elon Musk purchase of a lot of land here in Memphis. And then Justin Pearson's brother also took the mic, and that was really cool. The whole church was applauding him and that family, and they are unified in fighting Elon Musk in his putting up of turbines that are definitely going to compromise the air here in Memphis. And with the dismantling by this regime of the EPA, there is no safety. There's no checks and balances. That's what we're seeing. There was a lot of anger directed to the congressman. There was a lot of appreciation directed to the congressman. And he has been an elected official since 2007. And there's a list of things that he's accomplished for our area while he's in office through law and legislation, and to bring money to our very poor city. Our city is poor. It's a big urban, suburban city, and with lots of possibilities here up against the mighty Mississippi River. But I came away tonight that there is a fourth arm of our government. Never mind the House, the executive, President Orange, and judicial. The fourth arm of government is the people. And how we vote, it's our dollar. So I didn't get an opportunity to make my question because it was in my mind. And my intention really was to learn about this person, let this person who's my representative come alive before me, and just be aware of whom he surrounds himself with, and the types of representation that is there. In the people asking the questions, in the people conducting the service of creating this live platform. My question has to do with ICE. They're so highly funded. They have more money currently than the FBI, definitely more than the Marine Corps. And due to this big, ugly bill that was passed, they're getting more monies. I'm in commerce, and that's so important, is business. And we all vote with our dollars. I've gotten the opportunity to get really close with my cleaners, and they are legal. They are from Mexico. And about 3 weeks ago, I had met a gentleman who is also an American citizen like myself, and he described this horrific incident he had with ICE. And he and I were both in the Department of Motor Vehicles line. To him to get his real ID, I already had my real ID. I was just changing my name to that beautiful name, Garcia. So it's imperative that even if you are an American citizen, to have this real ID, because he fit the person that I met. He fit the profile of a Hispanic. I don't necessarily fit the profile of a Hispanic. And one of the amazing things and key things that our congressman said, he said, how many of those masked ICE individuals with the mask are actually perpetrators, people pardoned by the great pardoning Orange from the January 6th insurrection. They're getting advertised for to become an ICE member $100,000 a year, $3,000 to $6,000 bonus per head, and they're snatching up through racial profiling. I have a friend, a wonderful friend, who owns 2 businesses and conducts one of her businesses here in Tennessee, and she lives in Mississippi, which is right next door to me. And she shared with me that ICE and government agents approached the vacant casinos so that they can turn it into a detention center. You'll see in my photos that those protesters had signs that said no Alcatraz. That's so cruel. America is not known to be about cruel and unusual punishment. And it's never been illegal to be human. And we are the land of the free because of the rule of law. Again, this regime is dismantling it by the words of our congressman. Because there's no quorum and there's no bipartisan to come together and pass these bills that would protect the people and help those of us that are in a poor city, to give a hand up, to make sure that our children don't go hungry, to make sure that our beloved elderly are not afraid and fearing that they'll be put out onto the streets. That was one of the stories that just touched my heart. Many, even those who are American soldiers, spoke on behalf of the Palestinians in Gaza. That was heart-wrenching. So my whole point is, vote with your dollars. I want for us investors, those of us who have the ability to invest, to uncover these businesses that would do something like create a detaining facility out of an abandoned casino of human beings, because it's not illegal to be human. It's illegal to treat humans like animals. It's illegal to do genocide. It's illegal to have sexual relations with children. So much happened tonight in that 1 hour in a church in my community with our congressman amongst the people. The 4th arm of our government is the people. And over again, we were told we are under authoritarianism. It's here today. I'm not saying you have to like my flavor of politics. I'm asking you to consider your neighbor. Thank you. And let's vote with our dollar. Let us find out, BlackRock, who is funding ICE aside from our U.S. tax dollars. Who is going to benefit in building these detainment centers? I live in my community, and there's so many that are afraid just to come out and do their work, their job. And we need them. We need all of us. We need our children to feel healthy and safe with bellies. Supplemental nutrition also affects the 6,700 businesses in our state alone that will be impacted because they can no longer take supplemental nutrition credits, because that has gone away. Children need food. Families need health care. Our neighbors need to know that we still believe in democracy and the rule of law, because we're in the midst of terrible change. It's up to us to say something. I'm saying something. We got to do something. Vote, and vote with your dollar, and get more aware. Good night.